Today I'm going to show you how to change the rear pads on a 2005 Toyota Highlander. First thing you're going to do is make sure the car's in park and do not set the parking brake. Now what we're going to do is we're going to loosen the lugs, the lug nuts before we raise the car up and take off the wheel. Now the size of the lugs it's going to be here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of dark here, but it's a 21 millimeter. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen the lugs first, and then we raise up the car, and then we take off the wheel. Now the lugs are already loose. The car is jacked up with jack stands. Make sure you don't just use the jacks by itself. You can need the jack stands. The car is actually it's held up by the jack stands. The jack here is, of course, it's not holding it. It's just used to lift up the car, but that's it. Again, safety first. You want to have chock the wheels, have jack stands. What we're going to do now is, since the lugs are already loose, we're just going to take out the wheel. Now that the wheel is off, you want to just clean the brake parts. You're going to just use, personally I just use one of these brake parts cleaner here, and just spray clean out all the brake dust that's on there. And then you're just going to let it dry for a little bit before we start working on it. So we'll just wait for a little bit, and if there's any rust on there, of course you want to clean any like rust parts, just with maybe a wire brush or anything, just like clean it off, that's all. Now here what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning off the rust off the mounting surface here. Just a little bit, just clean it real quickly. Once we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to take out the calipers, and then here is the brake pads. There's going to be two different ways to push back the calipers. The way I'm going to do it is by opening the master cylinder. That's in the front here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lift this up, which allows brake fluid to come up. So just open it up and just leave it right there. There's going to be another way. If you don't want to do that, there's another option, which is if you leave that top back on, you can by releasing the bleeder screw. Now, if you're going to do that, check a different video, which I'm probably going to make pretty soon. But the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to leave the bleeder screw on, and I'm going to push the caliper in, and then the brake fluid is going to flow into the master cylinder. That's the way I've been doing it for a long time, so I'm going to do that one. I might show another video doing the option 2, which is to release the bleeder screw. But again, today we're just using the master cylinder. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to take out these guide pin bolts, which is this one, the top one, and another one, the bottom one here. They're both 14 millimeters. So just loosen both those up. Now you just want to note that these guide pins here, have you noticed the difference? There's the tip. There's a little rubber tip. That one is the one that goes on the bottom. Also, you don't want the calipers to be hanging on the brake cables right there. You want to just like tie it somewhere else, so at least there's no stress on the brake there. So what we're going to do is, now that we took these two bolts off, now you have access to both these brake pads. So all you have to do is just take out the old pads and then just inspect it, and then you're going to install the new pads. Now what I normally do is I clean the usually you will want new hardware depending on how old it is. You know, if it's if the hardware is still new, of course you don't have to change it, but they say though you should change new hardware every time you do the changing brake pads. But I didn't get any new ones, so I'll change it the next time. But anyway, normally what I want to do is I just clean the little areas right here. So I just spray it again with brake cleaner and just clean it off. So here, both the brake pads are gone. There, we took it out. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put the new brake pads in. Okay, so once you got the new brake pads, it doesn't come with the wear indicator, which is this little metal piece from the old one. So all you have to do is just take the old piece out. Now this is the thing that's going to make the noise, the little screeching noise that tells the driver that you need you need to change the pad. So all you have to do is put the new one, the same orientation in. So it's just like this here. Just like that. So, and we're good. And then now it's time to just install the new brake pads in. So just like that. What you want to do is you want to put some of these brake grease here. It's called the brake and caliper grease. So just put it on the little areas right here where it's going to be touching these spots. So I'll install that in just a second. Okay, so I put the inside one in already. So now it's the outer one. Of course, again, remember, don't forget the brake grease on there. All you're going to do is just put it in right there. And put it in here and then just slide it in. Now they're both sides, the inside and outside are the same, so it doesn't matter. You're not going to get confused, so you just put either one in. Slide in like that. And there you go. Just make sure to squeeze both in just like that, and then there. Then what you're going to do here is now you're going to have to push back the calipers, which is this piece up here. I don't know if you can see that one right there, but it's this circle piece right here. You're going to push it back in. When you push it back in, all the brake fluid is going to go through here and back through the master cylinder. Okay, you can use a couple of different things. You can use pliers or anything just to push this back in, but they make special tools for that. So this is one of those caliper tools. What you want to do for this one, all I do is I slide it in. It goes in just like that. You just keep on spinning it, and then what it does is it pushes this caliper back in, so, and then some of the brake fluid goes back into the master and cylinder. Again, this is the way I do it. There's a couple of different ways to do it. You can like release the bleeder screw, but I choose to do it this way because I've just been taught this way. Just keep on spinning it until it pushes the caliper all the way back. Okay, so now we're going to put the guide pins back in. Remember, the one without the rubber piece is the one that goes on top. But before you put it back, remember, you want to put some silicone paste just to make it so it can slide in and out really good. But of course, you know, you want to clean the old paste out first though. Once you clean that one, you know, just put just enough on here so it can like slide back in. Then just tighten it back up. And then you just do top and bottom. Okay. Okay, now that this, make sure the bolts are on tight, so you don't have, and once it's tight, of course you put the wheel back on, and then go to the other side. Other side pretty much the same way. Then after we're done, and then once you're done with everything and you put the wheel back on, just be careful. Do not forget to put on the top of this master cylinder, because remember we took it off, so make sure to put it back on. And before you drive the car, start the car, pump the brakes 3 or 4 times, and then you're done. So that is all. Thanks a lot.